These are the Diode Dynamics HID replacements for my 2018 Daytona Dodge Charger. I bought these September 25th, 2021. That was almost two and a half years ago at this point. And I have constantly had people tell me that my headlight was out. And finally, a cop also told me that my headlight was out. So let's put these in. These are basically intended to be stock replacement bulbs. They are not the stock color temperature. These are the 6,000 Kelvin versions, which are slightly cooler than the stock ones at 4,300-ish Kelvin. They shouldn't appear blue, but they'll be more blue. This color temperature, Diode Dynamics claims, is their most popular, so that's kind of why I went with it, and we're gonna see how it looks. Diode Dynamics is actually someone I've done videos about before. They are the manufacturers of these RGB DRLs for the charger. We did a whole install on this as well if you wanna watch that video. So let's get into the installation. There are two ways that you can install these that are the typical way you do this. One is through the wheel well, and two is above through the hood, both of which kind of suck. Both of which are very hard to do. It's very hard to see. It's actually the reason we took the bumper off the charger, so we can show you what you're looking for. You definitely don't have to take the bumper off, but if you want to anyway, we just shot a video about how to remove the bumper, which you can also watch up in the top right. This is the stock HID that I actually took out. It is burned. The reason it's burned is because I was trying to change it from above while it was still hot, and it burned another wire next to it and caused the outside to melt. So if you change these, make sure they're cool first, then take them out. Otherwise, you can hurt yourself or burn things. Let's get all the dust off of this. All right, let's get this box open. Oh, nice. Oh my God, the cardboard is not holding up well after 2.5 years. Minus a star. All right. And there it, ooh, styrofoam, nice. And there it is. So compared to the one that was already in the car, looks pretty much the same. I do notice that this white plastic, we're gonna have to move to the new one, but that shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, let's get one of those headlight enclosures out and see how to put it in. So we're gonna start taking bolts off to get this headlight enclosure out. This is the first one. All right, nice, and that's a cool screw. Look at that thing. Now we got our second one up here. We got a third one up here. And there is one more under the enclosure down here. Cool. Slide it out gently. All right. So we have connectors back here. We're going to disconnect this white one, like so. And then that, we cannot disconnect because I added that. That is a mod. So next up, you probably don't have this cable coming out of a hole in your headlight enclosure. That's from those RGB DRLs like I was talking about. For this video, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my zip tie down here, being very careful not to cut the other wires. And then we can disconnect our RGB DRLs. Just hold down on this tab and pull it out, like so. And now we can take this to the workbench. All right, we have our light on our workbench. This thing's big. Okay, cool. So we're gonna flip it over. Flip it this way actually, so you guys can see what I'm looking at. We're gonna start by taking this cover off. So you just turn it counterclockwise a little bit. There we go. This is the actual HID element, and there's this white collar. The white collar rotates independently of the light. It's actually kind of locking the light into place. So we're gonna take it and also rotate it counterclockwise, like that. And now this comes out, and this is our enclosure. And we can take this connector, you just unplug it like that, and this is it. So this is the bad light that we're replacing. And like I mentioned earlier, our new light does not come with the white collar that locks it into place, so we're going to need to change that out. Also, before I continue, do not touch this with your fingers. Definitely do not touch this with your fingers. Your finger oils will burn into this and it will explode or something. I don't even know if that's true, but don't touch it. To get this white collar off, it's actually a lot easier than it seems. You kind of just pull it off, and that's it. And now we can slide it onto this one, keeping the connector end on the same side as the opening. And now we're going to install this the same way we took the other one out, but in reverse order. So we're going to connect our connector. We're going to move this all the way counterclockwise and put the light straight into the hole, being very careful not to touch anything. And now we can rotate the white collar clockwise. And there we go. Nice and snug. We can get our black cover, put that back in, and there we go. A nice airtight and replaced headlight. So that's how you do it outside the car, and now we can compare it to the stock light. So we're gonna go ahead and reconnect this. This is the DRL one, so you don't have this unless you've modified your lights. And now we can connect the factory white connector, which just goes right there. That should power this headlight as well. We can slip it onto these posts like that, then reinstall our 4 screws. So this headlight is back in the car. Let's go turn on the lights and see if it works. Nice. Cool. So this one is the new one, and this one is an original one. In person, the color is not too different. That one definitely looks more white, a little closer to blue, and this one's definitely a little more warm. On the camera, that might be not that obvious, but what we can see in the camera though is this shot. So this is just the driver light with the original HID, and this is the driver side light with the new HID in it. The new HID is definitely brighter, which is awesome. I have felt like it's a little hard to see out of my windshield at night, but I have only been driving with one headlight and my windshield is tinted. It's working great, so we're gonna go ahead and swap the second one over right now. It's exactly the same thing, but on this side, so we're just gonna get that done ASAP. And now I don't have to worry about getting pulled over anymore. And I finally got around to installing these lights. That's awesome that they still work after sitting on the shelf for so long. Next time I'll get pulled over for my blue daytime running lights. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to subscribe for more videos, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.